Hello, welcome to the Smart AP Invoice Approval demo. Before we show the demo of the mobile application, we would like to briefly introduce our company. And we will discuss about our portfolio and the deployment models available for you to deploy this mobile app. And we will look at the Smart AP Invoice Approval overview, and we will look at the design and architecture. And we will take you through a complete end-to-end demo of the application, the functionality, the features, and data flow from the mobile app to the backend system. We are a 75 people company. Our mission is to help enterprises transform business in the digital age through mobile solutions and cloud and analytics. We are a SAP partner. We are an Oracle Gold partner. We are winner of the Google Mobile App Challenge. And we are also one of the top 20 global mobile vendors. We come up with several interfaces, and we have done more than 100 plus mobile projects so far. Design thinking is at the heart of everything that we do. We embrace and embody design thinking to develop simple solutions that achieves highest return of investment. At the intersection of people, technology, and business, we try to innovate, try to discover new ideas. So we are trusted by some of the leading organizations in the world, from companies such as Patterson Companies, ABB, and Medtronic, to smaller organizations such as Voice-Alpine and Gulfmark. Our strategy towards mobile offering is comprehensive. We offer everything from mobile app strategy to deployment to support. Now look at the mobile app demo. So if you want to look at the business benefits of this application, for the Smart Approval AP Invoice app enables you to pay your suppliers efficiently from anywhere, anytime. The current situation is organizations need to pay their suppliers and vendors on time to ensure a smooth supply chain and efficient operations. There are a lot of challenges to ensure that supply chain is smooth. So accessing ERP systems like Oracle EBS is not convenient when people are on the go. And manually making decisions lead to slower processing time, and there is no visibility to track where a particular transaction is, resulting in higher transaction costs and compliance problems. So we came up with this mobile app solution. We innovated to enable AP accountants and approvers to see the invoices on the mobile device directly connecting to the Oracle EBS system in real time. And users can take decisions such as approve, reject, and reassign. And they can also see the action history of the previous approvers on a particular invoice. And they could also request for more information. And if there are any attachments for a particular invoice, they would be able to see that as well. And before approving, rejecting, or taking any other action, they can also provide comments. So the value drivers for this application are improved productivity with real-time decisions, and you could reduce the transaction costs and compliance costs. And by making decisions in real time, you could streamline your business process and make sure that your supply chain is efficient. So this app is available for mobile devices, tablets, and also desktops. If you look at the design and architecture, right now we are presenting you the non-cloud version of this mobile application, where you have a SOAP web service exposing the information for Oracle eBusiness Suite. And we are converting that SOAP service into REST-based API using the Apache Tomcat server. And we are using the open source Ionic platform to develop the cross-platform responsive mobile applications. So with one set of code, we will be able to develop an app across the different platforms like iOS, Android, and Windows. So these are the high-level steps that we walk you through for the demo. First, we will log into the mobile app and show the current status, and you will see no AP invoices when we log in. And we will go to the EBS system, and we will walk you through the configuration what we have done, and we'll create a test data in EBS. We will come back to the mobile application, and it will show the test data. And we will walk you through the mobile app features and functionality, and we will submit the transaction from mobile, and we will see what happens in the mobile app, and then we'll go back to the EBS and see the resulting transaction, and we will summarize the app functionality, and we will discover the deployment methodology and how much time it takes and other considerations. So that will end the demo. All right, let me connect to my mobile app. I will right now connect my mobile app from the to the desktop. All right. So this is the Smart AP Invoice Approval app. I'm logging in with the user ID demo. So right now you will see that there are no pending AP invoices, and so I will log out, and I will turn over the screen to our functional expert, and he will create an AP invoice in the EBS system. And I think to share you the EBS screen, I think we have to disconnect with the mobile app. I have done that. So now, could you please show us how you are creating an AP invoice in the EBS system? I will share the screen to you.
Yes, thank you, Raj. Let's start with a username called pstock, entering the username and the corresponding password. It will take us to the Oracle screen. Navigate to the Payables Vision Operations Responsibility, Invoices, Entry, Invoices. Opening the Payables forms, which will take us to the Payables Invoice Entry screen. So now you can see this is the way we can able to record our payable invoices. Enter the requester name as Team 1 Stock Pat, and all the PO purchase orders, a purchase order number called 6666, which will automatically call the supplier name and the corresponding supplier site. Enter the invoice date as is date, and enter the invoice number as purchase order number -01 -02, and call the invoice amount as $600. And since we already called the PO, let's go and match this PO to this invoice. Click on the match button, which will take us to the next screen. We already entered the purchase order number, and click on find, so that it will show us the total lines created against this purchase orders. Match line 1, which shows 10 quantity into 30, which is $300. Line 2, and line 3. So total 900 it is there. So we can go back now and see there is a deviation. You can go ahead and correct that invoice header amount to the line amounts, which is now equivalent 900 and the 900. And the lines also correspondingly matched, so that you can go ahead and validate the invoice. Currently, if you see the status is never validated, click on action and validate and OK. Now the invoice is validated. At this moment, we don't want to account it. And you see the important button, the approval mechanism. So currently this invoice approval is required. So we need to initiate the invoice. So which means stock pat is created the invoice and stock pat is initiated the approval. So now this invoice will go to the stock pat supervisor. So that is the supervisor name called Brown Casey. So which is assigned a username called demo. So now I hand it over to the Raj. So Raj will show us how this workflow went to the demo user. Raj, over to you.
All right, I will launch the mobile app and I will log into this app as a demo user ID. So last time when we entered into the mobile app, we didn't have any invoices. Now we can see the invoices that is created just now in the backend system. So the amount and everything matches what we have created. So I have one invoice. So this invoice, I will select this invoice to go into the details. Let me take just a step back. In the first screen is where you see the list of all the invoices, and you see the header level information such as the invoice number and issued date and the due date and the invoice amount. And when you select an invoice, you see the invoice line item details and the action history. And if you are looking for more information, you could take that, and you can also look at attachments. And here you could also take these actions, approve. If you are happy with the invoice, you can approve, and if you want to reject, you can reject. And if you are trying to delegate to some other users, you could use the reassign functionality. So I will go to the action history and show how the different actions are taken on this particular invoice in the past. So since we have created this the first time, you won't see any much action history, and it is just submitted to a demo. And once the user Cassie Brown, user with user ID demo approves or rejects or takes a particular action, you will see the action history here for the next approval. And if you are looking for more information on the invoice before you actually approving or rejecting, you could take the advantage of this functionality. In the request for more information, you can select a particular user. So I select some user here, Rachel Abbott, and I can ask for that particular information. And I could submit to. But right now, we are not using this request for information in this demo. So I will come back and I will look at the attachments and see if there are any attachments. So whatever attachments you have in the backend system, you will see that here. I think we just forgot to create an attachment in the EBS system. But anyway, I will come back. But the actual functionality lists out all the attachments you have, for that particular invoice. And for this demo, I would like to go with the approve action. So I will approve the invoice. I'm happy with everything that is presented here. So I clicked on approve button. So and I'm approving this invoice. Once you are approving it, the particular invoice disappears from your AP invoice list. So now we will see how this invoice is processed in the backend system. So I will turn it over to Nag, and he will show us the EBS system and what happens to this invoice. Nag, so I'm passing the present role to you.
Yeah, thank you, Raj. Let me share my screen. So I'm again going back to payables, vision operations responsibility, invoices, entry, invoices. I'm now querying this invoice using find functionality. I know our PO number is called 6666. Click on find. So you can now see this is the invoice, and we would like to see the status of this invoice. Click on report, view invoice approval history. So now, as earlier Raj mentioned, so this went to demo on this today, and this is approved by demo. Yes, I will approve it.
Can you tell us what you are doing, Nag, please?
What I did is I logged in to the Tucker Williams, and then I approved this invoice. So once I approve, the second level approval is also done now. I am again requerying the same invoice. Go back to the find, click enter the PO number, click on find. Now you can see the status, approval status. The workflow is approved. So once the invoice is approved by the approver, the status will change it back to workflow approved. So once the status is validated and workflow approval status is changed to workflow approval, then we can able to make payments to this invoice. So that is how it is going to work in EBS using the mobile application, mobile app functionality. Over to Raj.
All right, that's awesome. Thank you so much, Nag. That concludes the demo, and now we will look at the other details about this mobile app deployment. Please pass the presenter role to me, Nag.
Sure, Raj. Over to you.
Thank you. So we have seen the status in the backend EBS. We have seen how the transaction is, transaction is approved from the mobile device. And now we will just summarize the app functionality and also look at the different deployment methodologies available for this app. What we have shown you is an app that is not in cloud. It's directly connecting to the Oracle EBS system, and through a REST-based API and through the Apache REST server. This is where it's converting from web service to REST, and from REST to mobile app, it's connecting through the Ionic framework. So we have other deployment models available. If you are interested, we support the Oracle Mobile Cloud Service and also the Mobile Application Framework. And if you have legacy systems that you want to develop mobile apps on top of, we use industry-leading platform. It's called Caprija. And we also actually help you with the Oracle standard apps provided by Oracle. So these are the 5 deployment models. In summary, we have our apps. Our apps we can support on-premise, cloud, and mobile application framework. And for completely custom apps, for legacy systems, we leverage the Caprija platform. And we could also help with the standard apps provided by Oracle and with the customization services. So these are the industry's most flexible and fastest deployment models that were offered by our organization. So if you want to get started, you could download the app from the Oracle App Store. We have all our apps come with demo mode, and if you would like to schedule a free 30 minutes phone call with our sales team, you can contact us. My email address is rashp@algorithm.com. And we could also schedule a free 30 minutes technical question and answer session if you have any. And we are supported by our locations all over the world. We have locations in Dallas and Chicago and Charlotte, and we have a global delivery center here in Hyderabad. And lastly, please follow us on social media. Thank you. That concludes our demo.